Good evening. So today we're going to talk about the financial stress that sometimes the holiday season can bring and how that it can impact our mental health and what are some of the things that we can do in order to relieve that financial stress so we can have really good positive feelings during this holiday season. We can have some peace and joy during this holiday season and we don't feel so stressed. So a lot of times all the marketing for holidays and some of our social expectations can make us feel like we have to spend a lot to show other people how much we care about them. Your worth is not measured by the gifts that you give people. So one of the things that you can do is to create a budget that works for you during the holidays and give yourself permission to say no to things that may stretch you too thin financially. So sometimes, like if your kids are really small, maybe you can prioritize, if you have older kids, maybe you can prioritize your older kids that really know like what's going on and really understand like Christmas and gift giving. And maybe like the kids that are really small, maybe just not focus on them so much because they aren't as aware of what is going on during the holiday season. Also, maybe trying to start your kids off when they're really young by creating some traditions that aren't as costly. You can try to find some creative things, and during the end of the life in a little bit, we'll talk about some of the things that you can do with your kids that don't cost any money. But it's also good to think about traditions and meaningful things that your kids would enjoy that they can kind of grow up with, where the focus isn't on buying really big gifts and maybe some of the focus is on giving, doing for others, spending time together, and those things that have value that go beyond money. So we also want to think about gifts that don't have to be so expensive during the holiday season. You know, people say it's the thought that counts. And that is true because sometimes we can give somebody something really, really meaningful that they can keep for a very long time that did not cost a lot of money. So a handwritten note, if we are a crafty person and we're really good at making things, we could possibly make a homemade item, or you can offer your time and your skills to people. That can be just as meaningful as buying an expensive gift. It's okay to let family and friends know what your focus is during this holiday season, like you're focused more on spending time together. You can also inspire other people to be more focused on spending time together instead of thinking about monetary gifts. And just make sure that you set boundaries beforehand so you are not getting pulled into what other people want you to do, and then you end up making a decision that makes you feel stressed. You want to practice self-compassion. I know we've talked about that in other lives before, but financial stress is real and it's not a reflection of your value. So be kind to yourself. Focus on what truly matters during the holiday, which is connections, being kind to others. We talked about in my very first live that time is one of the most valuable things that you can give to people that you love and care about. And time has no value. It's irreplaceable. So those are the things that really mean a lot to people. Like those are the things that really hold memories in our life when we think about spending time with somebody or something someone took the time to make us. Those are the things that really mean a lot to us and have the most sentimental value. So if you wanted to make a list of low-cost items or things that you really wanted to get for other people or non-material gift ideas, I would try to think about that person specifically and get to know the people in your life and some things that they would really appreciate. Because you want to make a gift for somebody that they really care about. I love when people like know me and understand me. Like a coworker of mine got me a coffee cup the other day because I'm constantly going in the front office every day getting coffee. And I thought that was so thoughtful of her to get me something that I really needed and I really like. So just knowing the people in your life and just either purchasing something really small or making them something can mean a lot to them. So some of the low-cost items that we can get for adults would be like a handwritten note, You can get stationery, journals for people who do enjoy writing. Some people don't. You can create something meaningful, like you can do a photo album. Those can be really inexpensive. A scrapbook. You could do like a jar of positive affirmations or a jar of like positive qualities about that person or what they mean to you. And you can put those things in a jar. That would be really meaningful for them to read on a day when they may not be having the best day. You can also do homemade treats if you like to bake, or you can make things for people. So baking brownies or cookies, just doing like something really cute and fun and just tying a ribbon on it. That would be really expensive, putting it in a jar. Doing some personalized coupons. You can do something like when you're feeling stressed, you will do one home cooked meal for them or a coffee date on me. You can do like send them like a really cute slideshow if they're a good friend of yours and you have some really good memories together. You can make a slideshow on your computer and you can send it to them in an email. You can do a playlist of music that you can send to them. And also for children, I think it's really cool if you do like crafts together. I know my daughter and I usually during this time of the year, we make a puzzle together. So that's something that we'll work on next week and do together. And that's something that she really, really looks forward to every year with us doing a puzzle once school is out. And we have that downtime during the holiday. And so also you can record yourself reading your child's favorite book or to create a short story featuring them as the main character. You can record yourself making a story with them and those type of things. If you can find a way for them to be able to keep that, that would be something that would live on beyond you. And you can also do like a fun scavenger hunt around the house or a yard. They have all types of scavenger hunts that you can Google. You can do like some surprises included in that, and that would be really fun. You can do like some homemade toys, sock puppets. You can do paper airplane sets, or even like nice little sensory toys. You can make slime. Kids love slime, all different kinds of slime. And there's so many different slimes that you can make. You can bake together. You can have that experience, baking cookies or making cupcakes. And then some of the non-material gift ideas that you could do with adults would be like quality time together, taking a walk, going on a coffee date. And as I said, you can do like a little coupon thing, coffee on me, and you can meet together during the holiday season. You can do some acts of service for people. If you have a special skill or talent, because sometimes we have friends that are really talented and it's like, man, how do you know how to do that? I wish I knew how to do that. You can loan your time to somebody and teach them a skill that maybe they don't have that you have. And you can also just do anything like a do-it-yourself spa day at home where maybe you guys can do mani and pedis on yourself, but just spending time together. That would be really inexpensive. You could organize a movie night, or you can do a family game night, and you can incorporate that and bring in your whole entire family and their family, or just invite a bunch of friends over. That would be really fun. And thinking about quality time, doing activities with your kids, you can do like build a Lego set. Like out of Legos we used to have a really big tub of Legos, and I wish we would have saved them and just tried to do something creative with all those Legos. Also with your kids, you can do a yes day with some limits. And so you want to set boundaries before you say, hey, let's have a yes day. So they can pick what's for dinner. They could choose a movie. They could choose a family activity that you do. That would be really fun for them. You can do like a storytelling adventure. When my kids were really little, we would make up stories all the time at night. So I would say, once upon a time there was a boy named, and then they would give me the name, and I say, and this little boy was so, and then they would say something else, and we would just make up a story together. And kids think that is so funny and they love it. And I would always try to end the story with like a positive lesson or something positive that the child did or learned through the story. You can also create like a reward system for your kids during this holiday season to get like some extra playtime, or maybe get a day off of chores or something like that. But I think the main theme of it, you can see where I'm going, and I didn't want to just say, well, do some activities or create a free gift and not give you any ideas. So I just wanted to throw some things out there. But you know your people, and so you do whatever you feel is best for your tribe. But I think the main point is that for both adults and for kids, the most meaningful thing that we have is connection with each other and the time that we have with each other to have shared experiences. And so when we have like these ideas where we can think of like, how can I let this person know that they matter to me? How can I show this person that I love them? It doesn't always have to involve a big, extravagant financial strain on your finances. So I think that just thinking about, oh, I really love this person, I want to do something nice for them, and just trying to come up with something creative. So your presence and your care are more valuable than any present. So just be kind to yourself and know that it's okay to prioritize your finances, because when you put yourself in a financial strain, it really does affect your mental health. It causes anxiety and depression and just a lot of other things that we have to pay for later on down the line. So instead of doing that, be kind to yourself and just think about, is this something that I can really afford? And even if it is something that you really can afford, just taking the time to do something that doesn't cost a lot of money is more valuable. And so if you found any of these tips helpful, you can share this live with someone so they can hear it. You also can put into the comments here on Instagram or Facebook if you want to share some holiday ideas that are like really inexpensive or don't cost anything at all, or ways that people can spend time with each other that doesn't cost a thing. I would love to hear about it. So thank you so much for joining me today, and happy holidays.